Okay, so I'm making another video on right hand technique for triplets. So you can check out my other one. I'll link that up in the description. But what I want to focus on is just some different exercises. My other one dealt with 2 scales. And just remember, you can do the major scale, the minor scale, practicing triplets, whatever. But one of the main things about trying to do triplets, and especially if you're a new player, is just getting your hand across, the strings. So one good exercise would be just go up and down there, up, go down, chords. Or go up and down the chord. Whatever. Another good one is rather than a whole chord like that, it's just power chord. Or, the D and the G string. Of course, the E and the A. Those are good ones. Octaves. And your octave there too. Those ones kind of start sounding disco-y, but whatever. There's a lot of really good players in the disco scene as well. So trying to just get up and down the strings, that's the whole point of doing the chords. And go up and down, or try different chords like that chord. Basically a minor chord. I call that a Stevie Ray Vaughan chord. And then a major chord, all in E. So you go. Or you can do go down, go up. Those are all really good exercises. Just trying to get your hand across the string. You can sit there and go. Because in a song, if you're in a hard rock or heavy metal band, you're probably going to be doing something like that, and whatever your fill might be. But trying to do those chords, get your hand used to going up and down the strings. Whether it's E, A, and D string, or E, D, and G string, whatever. Those are really good exercises. I just wanted to show that to some people. Like whatever. Yeah, and like I said, whatever scale, whatever chord you think is cool. Whether it's a chord like that or a chord like that. Whatever, or that doesn't sound real good. Whatever thing you're thinking. Like I said, that Stevie Ray Vaughan chord is what I call it, or that minor chord, or you got that E minor chord. Okay, So, kind of doing a little bit of a edit on this on my final thought. Uh, Maybe this video is carrying a little bit too long, so I just wanted to re-edit this. I wanted to just say, whatever guy you think shreds or is awesome or whatever, Billy Sheehan, Cliff Burton, whoever. At one point in time, those guys were learning their craft and figuring things out, and they were listening to guys, and they were like, "Oh, hey, what's this guy doing?" And they were doing these same kind of exercises that I'm showing you. I learned them from some guy and some different guys in thrash metal bands when I was younger, going and listening. Like, hey man, how do you do that? And they show me these exercises, and so I'm just relaying that message on to you. And so my real final thought is you could be somebody who just sits around and I play the bass, and maybe go and I can play half of this song. I was never that way. Nobody ever had to sit there and say, well, you gotta play your bass. I was always playing it. I was always trying to figure out, hey, what's this guy doing? Cliff Burton, whoever. These guys, they all started out where you might be at now. And I'd like to just encourage you to keep going and to not give up on it. It takes a long time to do these things, and you gotta keep after it and keep after it. It doesn't happen overnight. You just gotta keep trying to figure things out. You guys nowadays, you have tablature and that you can figure out what some of these guys are doing. Where back when I was younger, it was just move the needle on the record. Oh, hey, what's this guy doing? Then you had cassette tapes and rewind it, and then this and that. And then, okay, yeah, like I said, I'd go into these gigs, some guy way back in the 1980s when I was in high school, I'd ask him, hey man, how'd you get to doing that so fast and stuff? And these guys would show me exercises. And so, you can play for 15 minutes or 20 minutes a day, or you could play for 2 or 3 hours a day. I was that guy. I was always playing it. There's it's a miracle I even graduated high school. Not lying about that. And realistically, the only reason I did graduate high school is because I could play the bass, and I played their talent show, and I was this heavy metal kid with long hair playing this top 40 1980s music. That's really the only way I really graduated high school. It's not because of my grades. They just made me a deal if I played these things. That's a true story. That's the only reason I graduated high school is I played the pep rallies and this and that. Other than that, I wouldn't have graduated high school. That is a true story. So I'd just like for you to encourage you just to keep going. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't play. You can't do this. I had been playing for close to 30 years, and I wanted to learn how to play the upright bass. So I went and I got one. I bought one. And a couple of my friends like, you ain't never going to figure that out. Well, after a couple of months, I had figured out how to do it, the staccato thing, and how to do the slapping. And in a couple of months, I was playing gigs with rockabilly bands and blues bands and stuff. And so I just like to encourage you. You can. It's all up in your head. Just how far you want to take it. Uh, it it's all up to you. You know, you just want to be some, oh, I can play a little bit here and there, but or you want to go be a guy who goes out and jams. You know, I used to, when I was younger, you can look on my channel. I was about 20, 21 years old. There's one video I have on there right now. When I was playing younger, the band I was in, we did a lot of original songs, but it's a cover song of the Anti-Nowhere League. I'll put that I'll put a link to that in this description. But you know, I was one of those guys. I wanted to go be somebody playing music and this and that. You know, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to, and I ended up playing in cover bands and top 40 bands and stuff. And so, it's not as cool as playing original music and people are digging your stuff and everything. But you know, just don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Okay, you know, keep after it, keep going, keep trying to play. You know, yeah, you got to do what your parents say. If they say do your homework or yard work, whatever, you know, you got to go do that stuff. You know, listen to what your parents are telling you. But I would just like to encourage you. You know, this video is carrying on way too long as it is. Just keep after it and just take it slow till you can build up and do these things at different scales and everything. And you know, that's about it for my final thought. So I thank you for checking out my video, and I hope you have a blessed day. See you later.